Good morning, Catherine, and welcome to Thursday. So today is Thursday, which means that it's the end of my week. My final project for my science class is due on Monday. That is when we present the entire thing, which means that the rest of my week and my entire weekend will be spent focusing on finishing this project. Sunday, I also have something to do. I'm going to a bowl-a-thon for my friend Helen's sorority. Saturday, I think what I'm gonna do is try and go out to Somerville so I can figure out just how long it's going to take me to get there, or I'll just Google map the directions and Google Earth where it's going to be so I know exactly how to get there. So Passover starts on Monday, which means that I've been trying to eat as many vegan nuggets as possible because they're breaded, which means I can't eat them during Passover. And I am highly considering bringing a to-go container to the dining hall tomorrow when I go for lunch and just filling it up with nuggets so that I can eat nuggets all weekend. My Mountain Goats concert is in just 6 days, which is very exciting, and it also means that I'm getting really nervous and I'm getting really excited. This also means that there are only 8 days until I see you next, because in 7 days I will be taking a train back home, and in 8 days we will be picking you up from Yukon. So 8 more days and then we get to hang out. I think what I'm gonna try and do is bring this camera and my point and shoot and try and film the whole thing. This camera can usually get, I think, about an hour worth of footage on one full battery. So I'll charge this all the way and then I'll bring my point and shoot for the rest of it, because usually concerts run between an hour and a half and 2 hours. I think another thing that I'm going to do this weekend is on Saturday, I'm going to try and do the newest art assignment, which is called The Quietest Place. So what I have to do is I have to walk from wherever I live and try and find the quietest place, which is really hard when you live in downtown Boston. So what I think I'm gonna do is try and walk up to Beacon Hill and walk through those streets, because it's a much more residential area, which means that there's going to be a lot less cars, and also it's uphill and the streets are super tiny. So I'm gonna walk there and hopefully find a really quiet place and try and document it. So that might be my video on Saturday. I'll take you around Boston with me. So during my sign language class today, we had this really weird time where for the first 45 minutes, my professor just kind of stared at us and hoped people would ask him questions. And then at one point, he just got up and he sat in the back corner of the classroom and he was just like, I'm just gonna hang out here. I'm just gonna back off. And he just waited for someone to take his seat at the front of the classroom. And so when this girl did, we just started asking her questions. And every 5 minutes or so, 10 minutes of somebody being up there, he would just start clapping and he would say, all right, someone else go. And so I was one of the people that got called up, and when I got up there, people were asking what I write, where I'm living next semester, and I told them, well, I'm going abroad, so I don't actually know where I'm gonna be living, which is really terrifying. One of my friend Wendy is in my class, and she was like, well, do you like dogs? And I was like, I do, but I don't have any. And so the girl who's sitting next to her, I think her name is Julia, was like, well, do you have any pets? And I was like, yeah, I have one cat. And they were like, oh, what's his name? And I was just like, this is really embarrassing. I just kind of looked at it, I was like, oh God. And then everyone started laughing. I was just like, now I'm gonna have to explain that my cat's name is Moo Kitty because he looks like a cow. It was a really good experience for everyone because it gave everyone a chance to sit there and ask questions, be able to use your signs in a more realistic function rather than just sitting there and repeating the signs over and over again and learning the vocabulary. It was much easier to just ask questions and see how they respond, and to see how they would be used in a real life context, which was really awesome. Catherine, I will see you tomorrow.